Hey guys, so if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you've probably been in a situation before where you've got yourself stranded with a dead battery in your dump trailer. I think it's probably happened to about anybody that runs a dump trailer, and I got a couple tips here that will keep you out of a bind. You know, if you have a dump trailer, you know how valuable they are. I'm not a full-time contractor. I flip houses and I live on an acreage, so you know, it kind of depends. Sometimes this thing might sit for a month or maybe even a couple months in between uses, but usually when you need it, you need it. And I've been in that situation before where, you know, I go to use it and either it's got a dead battery, so I have to wait for it to charge, which takes a long time, or I don't realize how low it is. And, you know, I've been more than once, let's just say I've been at the landfill dumping a load, and I'm able to get it up, but I can't even get the thing to come down, and it's been a real hassle. So a couple things I've come up with that have been super helpful and have kept me out of a bind ever since I've gone this route. All right, so this little device here is a solar trickle charger, basically. And I picked this thing up off Amazon. They are not very expensive. I'll leave a link below to this so you can check out prices. I got one of the bigger ones just because it was not that much more money. But basically, as you can see, it's a very simple little solar panel. And what I did is I just took some magnets and some 3M tape and took that tape and I stuck these magnets to the back. That way that sits right there on top of my toolbox, never goes anywhere. And I think I've had this thing for a couple years now, and that 3M tape is, you know, it sits outside all the time. That 3M tape is holding up just fine, so good solution. Comes through, and on this is a PJ trailer. It's got a slot here that just works perfectly, as you can see, for that cable to run inside. So I just run that through there. There is a plug here, so when I'm actually using the trailer, I just pull that quick disconnect there, and then I've got a little kind of a little bag that I shove it inside so it doesn't get all scratched up and beat up. But the connection is super simple. There's a little kind of a little controller here, and this thing is super dirty because you know, it's a dump trailer. I live on a gravel road, but it's SolarPulse is the brand, and this is actually a 2-watt. So I think the other one that they have is either like a 1 watt or 1.5 or something, but again, I got the bigger one. A couple of simple connections, just basically connected up to the positive and negative on your battery. You know, literally it's that simple. Plug in your quick disconnect, and leave all the excess wire inside, and this thing sits like that forever. When I use it, I unplug it. When I bring it back home, I plug it back in. Since I've done this, I've never run into a problem with a dead battery. Now, if you're using it, you know, if I was going to use it, you know, half a dozen times in one day, then I probably still would put a charger on it. But for occasional use, to make sure that you don't come out and find your battery dead, this thing is, it pays for itself in no time. Absolutely best money you can spend, I think, on a dump trailer. The other thing that I highly recommend, so before I had this, like I said, there was a couple different times that I had myself stranded, both times at the landfill, and I was able to get the load up, but I could not. I didn't have enough battery to get the dump back down, so I had to kind of wait, and eventually I got it. But these are 25-foot jumper cables, 4 gauge. They're heavy. They're nice heavy jumper cables. And again, I picked these up off of Amazon. They were really affordable, and actually when I bought them, I thought they'd probably be kind of junky when I received them, but they were much better quality than I thought. So with the 25 feet, I'm able to actually run this trailer off of my truck. So, and I have done that before. Before I had this, I grabbed these cables, and I think I've only had to do it one time, but I was in a situation where the trailer was dead, and I was able to run these from the truck battery back to the battery in the toolbox here, and got the trailer, got dumped, and I got it back down and got it taken care of. So, you know, everybody needs a pair of jumper cables in your vehicle anyway. These roll up pretty nice. I've had this thing for, I don't know, probably a couple, 3 years, and it's a pretty chintzy bag, but I'm kind of careful with it, and it's still holding up pretty well. And I'm able to shove this underneath my back seat of my truck, so I have them with me all the time, and really nice. And actually, if you just have to jump a vehicle too, you know, a lot of times your cables are short, and if it's in a parking spot and it's hard to get to the front of the vehicle, with these it makes life easy because it's, you know, you've got 25 feet, so it's really easy to get a vehicle jumped. So those are just a couple quick tips there to kind of make your life easier. You know, if you do run a dump trailer, I make sure I park this thing where I park it. I make sure it's got good sunlight for, you know, a good chunk of the day, so that solar panel always catches, you know, it's got probably half the day it's got good sunlight on it, so that thing is always charged. So it'll keep you out of trouble, save you a lot of headaches. And I don't remember, I think that thing was, I don't know, I want to say it was like maybe 50 bucks or something. It wasn't very expensive, but again, I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out. So if you've been stranded before with your dump trailer, I would highly recommend both of these items. It'll save you a lot of headache, and you know, save you from that next time when you walk up and realize your battery's dead, and then you have to delay a project for, you know, a half a day while you're waiting for battery charge. So hopefully you guys find that helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.